Time. Okay, now we are on live. Hello everyone, welcome to 3D Maker Salon from Geeetech. And today we are very happy to have a very special guest, Akos, with us. And before inviting Akos to be on live to talk, I would like to introduce to you more about 3D Maker Salon. And as everybody is here, we are gathering here to share more experience and also some opinions and some innovations on how to make better, make printers work better, or share some experience of how to make prints. So I think it's a very good platform for whoever wants to share your experience and also to listen to other people and get some experiences as well. So the 3D Maker Salon here we are having is normally we held on Friday, and today we adjust a little bit because Akos is having work on Friday, so we changed to today, and we are gonna to share some wonderful experience here. And yeah, so anybody, if you are interested, you sharing your own experience or wanted to know more about our 3D Maker Salon, welcome to contact with me directly, and I will be happy to know more about you as well. And maybe we can be on live in other sessions as well. Okay, so I think now we have a lot of guests here, and almost 20, and welcome everybody to be here. If you are on live, welcome to say hi here. Hi, Israel. Welcome. And since this live show today, our topic is about A20M and also A10M upgrades and downgrades here. So if you are having a A10M or A20M printer, or maybe you have other printers, you can also learn something from this session definitely. And welcome to share this live stream with your friends, your group, and also maybe you can share to your live as well. And yeah, if you have any question, you can leave a comment here. And now let's warmly welcome a special guest, Akos. I would like to introduce a little bit more about our guest. Yes. Actually, I think he has a very interesting background, is that he actually is an engineer himself, and also he got to know 3D printing like 3 years ago, I think. Yes, and he himself designed a lot of interesting stuff for printers, and also he likes to paint modules himself as well. And I believe he got a lot of the things to share in our life. And also, on top of that, he owned 5 printers from Geeetech. So that's why we invited him to be here. Okay, so hi, Akos.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to be here. And yeah, I can't help to listening more about your experience. Could you share a little bit more about how did you get into 3D printing and your own experience with printing?
Yes, of course. So as you said, I am a civil engineer. In my day-to-day job, I have very little to nothing to do with 3D printing. I do 3D printing only as a hobby. And how I started 3D printing, I like also as a hobby home automation. So smart homes and sensor everywhere in your home. And I was making little electronics or connected devices like sensor or humidity, temperature sensors or motion sensors, and it looked like a mess. Also, the electronics and everything looked like a mess. And I thought about, okay, I need to make a custom case for this electronics. And I bought my first 3D printer. That is the i3 Pro B, so Geeetech i3 Pro B. You can see this one here.
Yeah.
If you know which one is this. And I started to make little cases for these devices because it looked like a mess if you know electronics and wires, and everything was like that. And I put little cases. Here is one of my cases of such a device. So this is also a monitor for a sensor. So I have sensors in my home, and this you can connect to a battery or to a power source, and it comes then I hope it focuses. If not, I will take the camera a little closer to it. Now it's starting to focus. Yes. So this is, you can change to see what temperature is in every room. And also a logo and turn off. So because the electronics was not so nice, I made this little case for it. And that is how I started to 3D print. And also, if you know, everyone knows who owns one 3D printer, one is always not enough. So if you have one printer, you want to buy the second one and the third one and the fourth one, and only to print things. So that is how I own now 5 3D printers.
Very interesting. That's normally how people get to know more, by starting to print something that they wanted to print, and
Yes,
then
and
they
that's
get
practical
addicted
for
with
them.
3D printing.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice designs and things shared from you. Thank you very much. And actually, by starting of this, and maybe you can introduce a little bit about what do you do initially as your work.
So I am, as I said, civil engineer, but now currently I work as in the building and facility management. So that means I daily inspect buildings and to see if everything is okay with the building, or because here in Germany there is a standard and you must follow these. Every building must be inspected every year or every 3 years. And it is that my job, that I inspect this building and structurally and also facility management like heating, AC, air conditioning, and everything else. So this is my day-to-day job. And when I come then home, I usually go into 3D printing and make my, so to say, hobby.
How long do you print every day?
It depends. It depends of the time, because of course with the we also have you saw also in the picture, we have a little cat. I have a wife, and they also need the time. So
yeah,
for printing, I would say not on daily basis, but on a weekly basis, I print a couple of hours, so 6 to 12 hours per week lately. And in the beginning, it was daily for like 6 to 7 hours daily, but now it's more like 12 hours a week.
that's good arrangement in
Yes.
timing. Yeah, I noticed that your background behind you, like I can tell that your little printing place is very well organized, and a lot of little things is this all designed by yourself and also printed by yourself. Can you
Yes,
share
I
about
would.
your little place a little bit more?
Yes, I would. I can that. So it's like 80% is designed by me and also printed. So first of all, this is my two printers. This is the A30 and this is my A20M, which I highly upgraded. As you can see, all the custom parts on it. And here we come to the A10 table. So here are the A10 and the A10M, which I also converted to single extruder. I will tell later why. And here in the background, as you suggested, here is my tool wall. I can show you this, yes. And this is an IKEA plate, so you can purchase this from everywhere in the world. And I did these little tool holders for it, which you can clip in and use it as a tool wall.
Oh, it seems that the internet is a little bit.
No, yes.
Oh,
So
now it's coming back. Yeah.
yes. So it is designed for my tools exactly, and that is why I 3D printed and designed myself, because on the internet you can see a lot of stuff there, but it's not 100% for your use case scenario and so for your tools. And that is why
Yeah.
I made and designed my things, because then I know it will 100% sure it will fit for my use.
Great. You also mentioned that you like to paint with some of the stuffs. Maybe I already saw on the back. You also have
Yes.
some interesting painting works
Yes, of
out
course.
there.
Yes.
It would be interesting to know
Here
as
are
well.
my painted models. I usually like to paint little scenarios, so not big ones like we see on other shows. So this one, everybody knows this little guy.
Yeah. At the meantime, I will say hi to some of the friends from our live stream while you are introducing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is also painted by me. And this
Hi,
was
Carlos, Matt, and Rafaela. Yeah. Oh, this one is this is a mouse or
this is a little possum-like. So it's not a mouse. It's more like an Australian creature.
wow. How long did it take you to paint this one?
To paint this one, I would say 3 to 4 hours with
Okay.
drying time. So also
Oh, great.
because you must paint in more layers, and the paint must dry out a little bit between the layers.
Okay,
And
we
this
have
is
some good, great. Oh, what is this?
it's called, I think, Cosmo Canyon.
Cosmo Canyon.
Yes, it's like a landscape, a virtual landscape, or a fantasy landscape with little houses and windmills
Okay, I'll
and
give
an
a solo
observatory.
layout.
Yes. And these are my printed models.
Nice ones. Yeah, thank you a lot for sharing. And we have lots of friends say hi here. Israel and Carlos, hi, Julie, and Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
And Rafael, Asia. Hello, and Matt. Yeah, Andrea wanna see your cat.
Okay, I think he's sleeping somewhere, so it will be hard to get it now. Because
And
if you wake
yeah,
it and he sleeps,
maybe later,
yes,
he will come back.
yes.
Hello, Marco from Italy. Yeah, we have one more say one of your cat too. Yeah, we have more comments, and later I will share. We are cutting. We'll go to the main topic of today. Okay, the first question I wanted to ask more about is that what do you enjoy most about your printing, upgrading 3D printers?
So that is like a question, why do I like to update my printers?
Yeah.
First of all, it's because I like to design things and to share things also, and share my design online. And the second is because it's kind of good feeling if you know you did something to a thing and it made it a little better. So
Yeah.
if you see that after upgrading a printer with your design or with your printed part, and you see that it prints much better or sometimes less better than before, it's kind of a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a kind of achievement after
Yes,
you
achievement,
make it
exactly.
better and better.
And exactly,
Yeah.
and that's why if I share the model on Thingiverse or on Prusa printers or any other site, and I see people commenting, yeah, great design, yeah, I did this upgrade too, and it works like a charm, and like this, it feels like a great achievement.
Yeah, I agree that it's very great to have some accomplishments
Yes.
there. Yeah. Actually, I should ask the main question before this is that what did you do actually for your A10 and A10M and A20M upgrades? And maybe
Where should
your
I start?
experience with that. You can
Yes,
share a little bit more in this part because
yes, where should I start?
something simple with new people, and later on something advanced for our old friends.
Yes, sorry. Okay, now the camera is.
Do you need I will give you a solo layout or just put it like this. I will see maybe solo layout. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with this little one here, with the A10. It's finished the print, as you see. Now I also take the print down. Okay. Okay, that's stuck. Here are the little boxes that I mentioned before. Okay. So what I did to this. So the first and easiest upgrade to a printer is the nozzle. So if you can upgrade the nozzle from the standard 0.4 millimeters that I can't show you, it's too small, from the 0.4 millimeters, you can update to a smaller nozzle, and that will bring you much more detail, but less speed. And if you upgrade your printer to a bigger nozzle, let's say 0.6 or 0.8 millimeters, the detail is not so great, but you can print double or twice, double or third, or much more faster. So that's one of my upgrades, the nozzle size. The other one is here the extruder. Everyone knows that the A10M comes with a multiplexer two-color extruder and nozzle, but I found out that I don't really like this combination because I don't print two materials so often. And that's why I decided to upgrade the hot end and also the extruder. I choose this direct drive extruder. This is the E3D Hemera. And this one has a great feature, more features, but has also a great feature because the extruder is a very short path. So everything is pushed directly from the gear into the nozzle. So it's very reliable little extruder. The second one are the wheels. Also, these little wheels, I found out these polycarbonate wheels are much more, the tolerance is much better, and it's much smoother. So in comparison to these black wheels, what I can show you here. So these are the standard POM wheels. These transparent polycarbonate wheels are much smoother in rolling, and much more round, because it can happen to you that these POM wheels are a little ovally shaped, and that will make your printer segmental, or make your printed parts segmental. Or you can also see that it's the extruder head moves up and down as he rolls. But with these polycarbonate wheels, it's not gonna happen. Then let's go to the back here. The A10M has usually only one Z-axis, so only, I mean, Z driver here on the other part. And I upgraded it to make it a dual Z-axis. So I removed the power supply and added a second motor to the Z-axis. And that is much better because with only one Z drive, this motor will drive the Z axis, and this is only an idler axis. And like with this, with dual Z, the both ends will rise at the same time and is driven by this motor. What can I also tell you? Yes, that's very important, the firmware. Because most of the machines come with Marlin firmware. I think they come from the factory with Marlin 1.8. 1.1.8, yes. And I upgraded also the firmware to Marlin 2.0. Because the newer Marlins also have much more features, and some of the features improve the printing quality or the printing itself, the easiness. For example, in 1.1 in older Marlins, I don't know exactly the version number, you don't have bed leveling as help. So corner bed leveling. And in newer Marlin, you can also include this in the firmware and use it also a feature which is an advanced feature, baby stepping. You can enable this in the Marlin firmware, so you can live adjust with this knob the height of the nozzle. So if you didn't level the bed correctly, or it's too wide from the bed, you can still adjust the height of this after you started the print. So you don't need to stop the print and re-level the bed. You can do baby stepping from the knob here, and that re-levels the printing head to the bed by little baby steps. Okay, that was the A10M. I also did other little upgrades here, which I can show you. That's the silent stepper drivers. In the control box, you have drivers for the motors, which usually comes are making these loud noises while printing. And you can upgrade this to TMC 2208 or TMC 2209 tridemic silent steppers. Okay. And that's, by the way, have all my printers, because if you have a printing workshop or a printing room in your house, you don't like to make very loud noises. And that is why it is best to keep the printers as silent as possible. Here, this is the A20M. This I also converted to a single extruder. Some of them would say I downgraded the printer because it has a feature dual extrusion, and I downgraded it to one extrusion. But I don't see it like a downgrade, because it's more reliable like this. So the dual extrusion I don't recommend for very new 3D printer users, because that has much more. You must to be a little more into 3D printing so you can handle the dual extruder. What I did here, I upgraded it with this Geeetech extruder. This has a 3:1 ratio. That means it has 3 times the force of the extruder motor. And here we have also a custom made part that is a Mosquito Hot End. So this one is a Mosquito Hot End with custom made support for the A20M here. And what was a problem with an A20M, and I think I solved it with these stiffeners. So you can see here are the stiffeners, which makes the XZ-axis, yes, the XZ-axis, so it won't vibrate. So it's much more stiff while you 3D print. Because on the A20M, if you don't have these stiffeners, the XZ-axis can a little go back and forward a little if you print, and it vibrates too much. And I think I solved this with these custom-made brackets or stiffeners, what I call them. As you can see, it's very, very robust. You can't budge this. You can't move this. Here you can also see the wheels. the dual Z-axis. What I also did here are the Trinamic silent stepper drivers and also the Marlin firmware. So also the newer version of Marlin 2.0. That is mine A20M, and now A20M from Mosquito, not Multi. Yes.
Well, you mentioned about mostly the upgrades of your printers. What comes to your mind when you wanted to downgrade your printers?
As I mentioned, so some of them say, okay, it's a downgrade. Why would you throw out an extruder and only throw out a second extruder and put a new extruder in? But that's actually, for me, it's not a downgrade, because I win with this upgrade, like reliability, much more. The filament is pushed much better through the Bowden tube into the nozzle because of the 3-to-point ratio and the geared extruder. And the problems I have with the dual extruder, so not problems, but I think the tower, the little color tower, which you must to purge the filament in if you print in two colors. So that is like a waste material, and I don't like to waste things. So if you print in two color, the color change between the two colors must purge in a tower, and this is waste. And this is like an upgrade for me, because I don't waste so much material. Then I don't have more reliable prints.
That's a good concept.
Yes, and and somebody would ask, okay, why would you then buy the A20M and not directly the A20? Yes, because I thought I can print with this A20M and I would like it, and I will find a use case for this. By also with the A20M, I printed one colored parts. So
okay, so you can have both options.
Yes, exactly.
Up to you. You have the main control on yourself.
Exactly. So you buy a 20M, you try it out.
Smart.
You try it out, and if you say, okay, it's nothing for me, or I would better use it as single extruder, you can always upgrade it and make it single extruder.
Okay, great. We have many more friends coming in and say hi. Let's go some of them. Old friend Sven, say hi.
Hello,
and
Sven.
Also hello Sven, and also Bradley and Christian. Hi Christian.
Hello.
Oh, we got some questions as well. What happened to your first printer?
Nothing happened. It's here.
You put it in the corner.
No, it's a case, because I can print this with ABS, because ABS needs a very warm environment.
High temperature.
Yes, and I put it in this case. This also has a couple of upgrades.
Yeah, what updates for?
Exactly. So this is no more an i3 Pro B. This is a very tuned and very reliable machine after upgrading it. So here is the i3 Pro B.
Okay. Yeah, we have more friends. Hi, Matt. And hi, Rover. Anas. We have one question from Israel.
Oh, yes.
When charging the wheels, did you have to change any of the stand-off steams for difference in size of wheels?
Yes. So I needed to change these. You mean this little distancers? So at one part, I used a smaller one and some washers, and on the other part, a 3D printed part, because the original come only with a single washer here. So it depends, because one of the printers come with dual bearing wheels. For this one, you don't necessarily need to change the distancers. But if your wheel has only one little bearing, ball bearing, then you need to change it. So the answer is it depends. What kind of wheels do you usually have? Single bearing wheels or dual bearing wheels?
Okay, I already saw that you have printed many of the module, like functional parts by yourself, and I'm just sharing your Thingiverse link here.
Yes.
So if some of the people are interested, they can just connect with
Yes,
you
these
through here.
parts you can download from Thingiverse for free, so it's no.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing the link with us. And also, yeah, I think there's something more about yeah, what regarding of the upgrades, what's your next project that are coming soon?
Yes, I'm very excited about my next upgrade, because I didn't mention it before. The bed. I have this. This would be my next upgrade. So one of the beds. These are little silicone thingies to replace the spring under the bed. So the bed has this auto, this leveling wheel, and they rely on springs. But these are little silicone dampeners, which makes the bed leveling more reliable. This is also the clips which come with the bed, and these are then FR4 sheets. So this comes to the bed, and the prints moment is a little bit out of focus. I'll try to focus it a little. Yes, now. So these are FR4 sheets, and the printed parts would stick very good to it, and after it cools down, it releases the printed parts. And the biggest upgrade in this box is Aluminium Sheet, because as some of the people may know, the Aluminium Sheet on the printers are too thin to have it well leveled, and because of temperature changes of the print bed, these glass and aluminum sandwich plates are expanding differentially, and this will make the bed wobble a little. And as all of you know, a wobbled bed is not that good, because the printed parts will mainly not stick right or be too up or too down. And this is I think, 4 millimeters thick aluminum plate, which can replace the glass pad on the printer, and this will expand the same way as the aluminum heated bed, and that's why we'll now introduce this wobble in this bed. And this package was sent by Sven. Everybody knows Sven from the Geeetech group, and I'm very, very excited to try these things out.
Thank you, Sven.
And that is my next upgrade, which maybe I will do next weekend, and I will share my thoughts about it in the group, in the Geeetech group then.
Looking forward to your updates. Cool. That's we have some more questions in the group coming.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Hi, John. And yeah, here is one question from Kim. When converting an A20 to a single extruder printer, what is your opinion? The best extruder to choose?
It depends. So I can't say, okay, this is the best filament or this is the best extruder out there. So you must to see what use case do you have for your printer. Do you like to print more TPU, like very flexible materials? Then you would need a direct extruder. So which drives directly the filament from the gears into the nozzle. If you like to print faster, or I don't know, your printer must have a very easily changeable nozzle, then I can recommend you, as I showed you here, this is the Mosquito Hot End. But this is a Bowden system, which can also be converted to direct extruder. But I use this as a Bowden because you can change the nozzle very easily because it's a copper hot end. So you can simply screw the nozzle out and screw the new nozzle in. So you don't need to heat it up or so heat it up and tighten it again, because it's the same as with the aluminum bed. The nozzle and the heater block is both copper, and you can easily and it expand at the same time, so you don't need to tighten the nozzle 2 times. So this is the Mosquito Hot End, and this is the direct E3D Hamera, which I can recommend you. So if you want to go direct, it is this one, and if you want to go Bowden, it is the other one, in my opinion. But that's only my opinion, which I have very good prints until now.
So basic idea is depends what you need, and then
Exactly.
you select what you need based on your
Exactly.
needs. Yeah. Okay, we got question from Rafi Asia. When you change your nozzle to a smaller one for more detail, do you need to change anything in particular apart from the nozzle setting and speed on your slicing software?
No, Rafaela. So if you change the nozzle, you change only the nozzle on the printer, and you change the nozzle size on your in your slicing software. Maybe in your slicing software you must adjust also the extrusion width of the nozzle and the layer height. So this is printing with a 0.1 millimeter nozzle. So it's printing like 1 hour and 43 minutes. And it's also for about 10 millimeters high, because this is printing with the 0.1 millimeter nozzles. And I can show you here the detail which you can achieve with these nozzles. So it's almost like a resin print. I airbrushed it with a little white color so you can see the detail in much better on camera. But this is printed with an FDM printer. And this is a great detail which you cannot achieve with 0.4 millimeter nozzles, only if you reduce the nozzle diameter. Here you can also see the pupils of this little. So this, I think it took like 5 hours to print it out for this little model. But as you can see, the detail is very, very good. So to short answer, no, it is enough to change the nozzle and the nozzle diameter in your slicing software.
Thank you. And now, second question from Yang is about A20M with BL touch sometimes goes too far from the XX, and he don't know why. And he asking, what do you think he needs to upgrade to Marlin?
Yes. So the BL touch, it has a tolerance of 0.005 or 0.5 millimeters. So the BL touch only measures the points of the bed, but sometimes it measures 1 point a little higher and 1 point a little lower. So it does a great job if you make very many points, one each after the other. But if you only measure 3 by 3, it might introduce some little unexpected errors, exactly because the X and the X-axis, or also the Y-axis, so not only the X-axis, maybe the X and Y-axis will a little bit wavy. And I think if you would upgrade the Marlin software, this won't change anything. Because as you see, any of my printers, I tried BL Touch, I tried all of the auto bed leveling sensors, and I still level it manually. So manually with a sheet of paper, in my opinion, is the best leveling thing. So you don't need automated things, because this can introduce exactly the problem you have. But if you manually level the printer, you know it's a sheet of paper leveled and everything will be fine.
You will have everything in control.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And we have, I just shared your links on the comments here. So if anyone is interested in downloading of some of the designs from Akos, you can just access here directly. Yeah. And we have some more comments. Swan said plated cast aluminum sheets. Okay. So ABS 3D DE is the sponsor.
Yes, that's Sven's.
Yeah. The heat base plate is not thicker. Is that bad for the thinner heater plate, or either bad heater?
No, because glass had other temperature properties as the aluminum. So the thicker aluminum plate will conduct the heat much better as a thinner glass plate. So if you exchange the glass plate to the cast aluminum plate, it will be as good or even better heat conductivity, because the aluminum is better heat conductive than the glass. So it's no problem if the aluminum sheet is a little thicker than the glass. You only need to re-level your bed, and you can print right away onto it. So it's not bad for the bed.
Okay, just place it on top, and the cast iron will not bend due to temperature change.
Exactly what I said, because it has the same temperature property as the heated lead. And if you stick a glass to an aluminum sheet, the glass will expand much slower than the aluminum and otherwise. And if this is a sandwich, then you will have a wavy bed. But if the two materials are the same, it will expand the same way, and it will every time will be the sheets.
Very detailed introduction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spring, didn't you want to make a quiz?
Yeah, we will make quiz. Just to finish this
yes
question, and I think today we will delay the time a little bit, since a lot of people have a lot of questions. Will that be okay with you?
Yes, it's no problem.
Yeah. Have you tried the flex cable direct setup?
The flexi cable. Is that, I ask you, Israel, is that the similar to the artillery printers, where you have a flex cable here in the flex, also for the direct setup? I didn't try this because I think the flex cable is not the best choice for this use case scenario, because a flex cable will have very big movements, and if the flex cable is inserted in the port, this will always move while printing, and this can loosen with time. And if the wire loosens with time, this can have bad connection and also cause fires if it overheats. So if a bad connections on your printer, you always must to check that the connections on your cables, all of your cables, but especially the heater cables from the extruder and from the bed and the power supply cables, are well connected.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, we have some compliment for Akos. Great intervention.
Thank you, Christoph.
So yeah, definitely for info, I think it's worth sharing, and definitely it's a great place for you guys if you are interested to share more ideas through our 3D Make Salon. Welcome to apply here as our speaker. Actually, I just shared our link here. Yeah, if you are interested to be our speaker and share of your experience, opinions, and innovations, you can be in touch with us here. And let's see what's more. Yeah, one more compliment.
Thanks.
And then, what slicer software do you use for the printers?
I used what's formerly known as Slicer PE, and now it's Prusa Slicer. I don't like Cura, so anybody asks me, what about Cura? No, I don't like Cura. I gave it one try, a second try, different versions, a third try, and the prints with Prusa Slicer comes always better. And I like the interface much more than in Cura Slicer. So I used all today for all my printers the Prusa Slicer.
Interface is better. So
yes,
we can choose whatever we like and get used to.
Yes. So any, I would say 60% or 70% of the printers or the makers use Cura. I don't have problem with it. So if you see it's something for you, you like the interface, you like the features what Cura or any other slicer like Idea Maker or Simplify 3D gives you, then it's your choosing. You can print whatever with whatever you like, but it's like the car. So nobody can say this car is better or that car is better. You buy the car or you use the slicer. What is best for your use?
Depends on our using experience. Yeah.
Best is to try everyone out. And if you see, okay, that fit me, then use that one.
Okay. I have one little request from Geeetech here. Is we our FB page link is here, and if you think our live streaming today is interesting, and also if you like our Geeetech product, so I will invite you to follow and like our Geeetech page here, just to support us. And thank you very much here. Yeah, and now let's continue. One more compliment. So
yes.
So this platform is also can inspire more people to do upgrades and learn more things from here. So this is also what we wish to build this platform for.
Yes, because when you buy a 3D printer, you buy a platform, and you can build up on these platforms, and it's like do it yourself. You can expand and do whatever you want with this printer.
Okay. Shall we have one last question here, and we will jump into the quiz session. Okay, so this last question from Miguel: can TMC 2225 drivers be put directly into an A20 without making any modification to Marlin?
That's, I don't know, because I don't know the 2225 driver, but I guess at least you need to change the direction, because the dynamic drivers run the opposite way. So if you change the normal A4995 998 driver, so the normal use drivers to dynamic, so TMC drivers, you need to change the direction, and that can be either be changed in Marlin software, or you can change it wiring the stepper motor the other way. So the 4 wires which come from the stepper motor, you need to change it and put it the other way, so the motor runs the other direction. And I think TMC give you also voltage control from using serial connection. So if you want to use this feature, if you want to connect the drivers to digitally adjust the voltage, you need to change Marlin. So I think the answer is yes.
Okay, thank you. So now we are going to into the exciting session, which is our quiz session. And in this session, we are going to pick, we have 3 questions, and also we will pick 3 lucky persons here to win our filament gift from Geeetech. And yeah, in every 3D Maker Salon, we will have this session. So now, may I invite Akos to give some questions here? Let's start from 1.
Yes. What firmware does a Geeetech printer usually run?
Hey guys, now is the quiz session. Get ready. Shall we repeat it again?
Yes. What firmware does a Geeetech printers run? What is the default firmware of the printer? What's the name of the firmware? Anybody knows the answer?
Maybe there is some delay.
Yes, I see Christian Abeler has the answer first.
Marlin 1.1.
Marlin would suffice. So Marlin is the correct answer.
Okay. So congratulations, Christian. You are the right person for this answer. And later on, we will be in touch about the gift. And shall we start the second one?
Yes. So which is the most common silent stepper driver? So what's the name of the silent stepper driver?
What's the name of the silent step motor? Okay, I'm going to have the question here.
Yes, TMC. Yes, TMC is the correct answer.
So, who is the first to answer this question? For the first question is Christian is the winner, and
Yes.
the second question is Franco.
I don't know if Franco
Oh,
or
no,
Israel.
Actually, it's TMC. TM Israel.
Yes.
I think Israel from my side. Yeah.
Yes, Christian was in the first question, and because he won, Israel is in the second. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations, Israel. And now we have the last question. So if you are online, so get ready for this last question.
This is a harder question in my opinion, but the answer should know the people. So what is the usual name of the wheels or the aluminum extrusion? So the axis. What do you need to search on your online shop if you want to buy the wheels or the aluminum extrusion? What is the name of this part?
Okay, I'm going to copy paste the question here. Yeah. Since we're waiting for the answer, let's see if we have more questions from previous ones. Oh, here's one question. It is a direct drive system, keeps the extruder off the hot end for direct drive system.
Is it a direct drive system?
And maybe just from the previous talk.
I don't understand the question. So drive is that keeps the extruder off the hot end.
I think it's just a comment.
It's an answer.
Yeah,
it's a
explanation about
yes.
the sharing earlier before.
The right question, I think Sven has this time the right question for the right answer for the third question. V-slot. V-slot is the correct name for the
Congratulations.
For the wheels and for the bearing, for the wheels and for the axis. So it's called V-slot, V-slot wheel or V-slot aluminum extrusion.
Congratulations, our lucky winners. I'll repeat about the name again. So, Christian for the first question.
This was Marlin, Christian with Marlin.
And the second one is the other.
Israel, yes.
Israel, yes. And then the last one is
Sven.
Swan. Yeah, I will be in touch later with you guys. Yeah, I think we have more questions here. Actually,
maybe I can
we
answer.
can
You can write me in person, or you can also send on the
send
Geeetech
in the
group.
group.
You can
Yes.
open a post in a Geeetech group, tag me with my name, and I can answer to your question there.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Akos, for the
You're welcome.
sharing. And yeah, so for the main questions, we will just be here. And at the end, I will also share some of the promotions that we are having from Geeetech set right now. And yeah, we have quite a few here since Akos is having a few printers, and I just requested my company to give more discount. Okay, so first one, I'll start from Germany. In Germany, we have a few discounts for A30 and A20M and Prusa B and Prusa W. For the most biggest discount is for A31 is €6 off, starting from September the 3rd until the 8th. So the promotion price is €409. Okay, so and then for the A20M, we are having 25% off. It starts at September 2 to September the 6th. So the price is €229. It's good offer. And also for the Prusa series, we have also Prusa W, we have a 20% discount. So now the final price is €190.2. And for the Prusa B is 143.65 with 15% off. So those are the promotion that we are having in Germany. And also, okay, so if you are interested in our printers, welcome to just buy it or search for more information here. We are sharing some links here that we are having, and then I'll start about some of the promotions we are having in Spanish. We have PLA and also printers. So for PLA, right now, we only have a very short time. It's today and tomorrow is for white PLA is €18.69 for the white PLA for today until 6. And then for white PLA, today the last day is 15% off. It's €19.54. So this is for PLA, and also we have for printers, the Prusa B printer. We are having €20 discount off. The price is $159 for the promotion price, and for A20 and 10, we also have some discount. For A20, the price now we're having is $249. The original price is $299, so it's €50 off. And for A10 is now the price is €177. So for the discount it lasts from the 4th to 6th, so just several days. for here. And we also have some discount in UK. So for mostly for PLA and also for printer is like 15% discount off offer here. So the price, the time is the 7th until the 13th for a week. It's like the PLA price is around 20 euros. So we have new PLA and also silver silk PLA, and for also we have one offer in printer offer is for A20 is 249 with 15% off. Yeah, so that's the promotion that we are having, and would like to share with you guys. If you are interested to buy a printer or you want to know more about our printers, you can just click the link here. Thank you very much for giving the time to share about this information.
You're welcome.
And now it's almost the end. I would like to say thank you. And if anyone wants to say thanks to our Akos for his wonderful sharing here, please do it here. And we will. It's really a great time with Akos here.
Yes, thank you, Spring, and thank you guys for watching the show.
Yeah, so we have a few people say thanks, and yeah, we can watch it later. If you have any question, you can post your questions in the group. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So and we will just discuss there. And if you have you're interested in our 3D Maker Salon, you can also contact me or just click the link to apply to be our speaker. Yeah. That's all for today's sharing, and thanks everybody, and thanks our Akos for this wonderful sharing, and we'll see you next week on Friday. Yeah. Thank you very much, Akos.
Thank you, and have everybody a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
See you next week.